what that's like at the high school. Different shapes. This is the web clips feature, so you can go out onto the internet and find whatever it is that you're looking for. Again, though, this isn't like a live web page that they could like use. It just captures an image of that particular website. And it often takes a little while. So I don't really use this that much unless I want them to go to a specific site. And then you see here, like the page never loaded, but this is what it would look like. So it's just a clip. And then you can add a caption to it just like you can with all the other pictures. Like, this is the website you should be going to, just as a reminder or something like that. But yeah, web clips. Sticky notes are just text boxes. If you go back and look at the outline for this workshop, these are sticky notes. So this is what they look like. And then you have the ability to move these around just like a text box. I gave you a lot of these pro tips. I'm trying to go through them a little bit as I go. But again, I would go through the outline and play around with all of this as much as possible. Ignore my notifications from my coloring book app. We all need to de-stress sometimes. So the handwriting features, you can handwrite things for whatever it is that you're doing. All right, the back button, you can just get rid of things really quickly. You could also use the eraser if you wanted to. You have the ability to highlight using the highlight tool. You can also highlight by long holding, and then if you hold down on it, it'll straighten the line. Okay. And yeah, so a lot of my students tend to want to write things by hand. I just always recommend that they zoom in as much as possible, so then they can write larger instead of trying to write smaller. And then when they zoom out, it'll look like normal size text. That's like another pro tip that I didn't include in my pro tips. So if you're, labeling things, right, for your students, I would zoom in. I would write it as neatly as I can. I'm using a nubby stylus, like on the end of a pen, not my finger, easier. And then when I zoom out, see, it just looks normal. So it doesn't look as big, which is nice. There's another thing. Oh yeah, when you're in pen or highlighting mode, if you only use one finger, it's going to always make a line. If you use two fingers, then you can move up and down and zoom in and out without writing on it. All right, that takes practice. So I'm in pen mode. So this is two fingers zooming in and out. This is two fingers moving the page up and down. And then this is one finger writing on the page. I'm gonna use the back button to get out of there. All right. So I'm going to stop here because this feels like a lot of information. Go and play, come back to the outline, and make sure that there we go, one finger writing on the screen. And you can go through all these features and play around with them. I showed you briefly about importing from Drive because I think that's important. We've already created a lot of stuff. We should have the ability to now use that stuff. If you have a textbook that has worksheets and things like that you love to use, I always recommend that you either scan them, turn them into PDFs, and then you can do like crazy things. So this, for example, is just a worksheet that I scanned. All right. That's a bad example. This is a better example. So now my students can actually create a text box on the screen, and they can type their answer, or if you think that would be too time consuming, they can zoom in and they can write their response on the lines and then zoom out, and then they can actually submit this to you. And I'll include this. I have that anchor chart. I have that anchor chart in my Google Drive. that shows students how to submit work from their Notability to the Google Classroom. And I will share that with you as well, because that's like super important. All right, so I'm going to stop there. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at any